This is a how-to video. It's about how to draw action-reaction lines. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. I'm no expert on this, but I'll give it a go and show you as much as I know. The original version was done back in the Roger Babson days. He used to draw lines from a low to a high to capture the swing. Just get rid of that, select a line. Okay, so we've got a nice red line to capture a swing. Now he did two things with it, but the primary one was what he wanted to do was identify the limits of the trend, and he would say that if I clone that line and I put it over there on that swing top and I use the same distance, and I'll just use a spacing line and I'll bring that around here, and then I'll just transfer this line, and you notice it goes straight through that gap. Now what his method did was to say this is a trend. When this line gets broken, the trend has changed. Now the way that he was doing it, he was saying for every action, and this is an action, there is a reaction line over here. We'll try it with the next one. Okay, you can see this is very similar to Rob's ranges. I'll just get rid of these. Now for this particular swing, we've got an action up here. So logically, we have a reaction at the same distance down here. So I'll just draw that distance, and we'll transfer it to this side, and I'll clone this line, and that's what he would say. Now you can see it's picked up this bottom here, and the trend has continued, but then it's broken out here, and that's where the trend is broken. And if you have a look at it, that's pretty reasonable, because it's at this point here that we make this high, and the trend is, we've got our first lower high there. Really, this is an unconfirmed lower high. It's only once this one's broken, that one has to come in below here before we've got a definite lower high. We'll try it on the next one. I'll just get rid of all of those lines. Yeah, get rid of all those, and we'll try and do this swing here. Might change colours. Because that's where it broke, I'll assume that this is a swing, and we'll just grab a fib scale because I can put 50% on it fairly easily, and I'll clone that line, and it goes there. And oops, remove that. If I remove that, yeah, you can see there's a bit of a support there, then it breaks through, then it's moving against the back of the line. That's something we see all the time with pitchforks. Remember, all this came before pitchforks. At this stage there was no pitchforks. In fact, this is the father of the pitchfork. We might try it this way. Get rid of all the lines again, and I'll go to green, I'll go purple, and get rid of that, change to a line, and to do that one I'm going to have to go that way to the 50%, and on that, and I'll make it a bit longer, and that doesn't really tell us very much at all. In fact, the swing is there. You can see how the parallels there. I've probably just done it wrong. Oh yeah, there's the edge of the swing there. I should have used that. Let's go for that one. There's the 50% line, and there's that. I'll get rid of this bit, and that's pretty good the way it defines that trend, both on angle and on where it breaches, because coming out here, that's pretty obviously this whole segment here is changing trend again, and that's pretty much where it's changed. Now, I said before there's two methods of doing this that I've seen. The other one is a guy named Shane who works over at Tim Morsh's website, and what he does is completely and utterly different. Now remember that action reaction lines, there isn't any specific ABC of how to draw these things. It's more a philosophy that for each swing there will be a predictor on what's happened in the past, and it will repeat at some stage in the future, very much like Rob's repeating ranges. Now, the way that this is done, I'll show you clearly over here first. What I'm looking for here is what's called a line of force. Now, you see how that swing basically has a bunch of lows that hit against this line. Now, if I repeat that line and I bring it up here, there's another bunch. Not quite the same, but pretty close. If I repeat the line, oops. If I repeat the line, I get a bunch there with a nice gap. If I repeat the line, I get a bunch there with a nice gap. Maybe I could move that up a little bit, and you can see we're starting to get the equidistant thing going. And if I repeat that and I go for the same gap, I go for the same spacing, I get this gap here. And if I repeat it again, I'm up here on that gap at the same spacing, or roughly the same spacing. I haven't quite picked up the line of force, but it's getting pretty close. Now if I repeat that again, I'm coming over here. I can go back to my original slope. Hang on, I'll just get rid of that. And I'll climb that one. There's my original slope, and I'm matching up on that line of lows. The reason that I've used bars here instead of candles is because it shows up these lines a lot better. If I go over here, I can match it up to that slope there, and this top. There's a whole bunch of things. Now, the way that Shane trades this sort of stuff is he would extend that line there. He would get that line of tops, which is the, I should have just, whoops, done it wrong. I'll put that there, go against that. That's picked it up fairly well. Climb the line. That's picked up that bunch of tops. Let's get the fib, and I'll move that up to there, and I'll put the 50% line on it, cross on it. Where's 50%? There's 23, 38, 50, so it's that one. Okay, that's my 50% line. Clone it again, put it there. I pick up that bottom, I pick up this line of resistance. So what Shane's doing is he's trading this, and then he would grab that and clone it again, and he's picking up he would pick up the gap again. I'll just get rid of these. We'll see how good this is on the way down. We've done it on the way up, and I've showed you where they all are, but let's just have a go on the way down. Put that back. Put that back. Okay, here we've managed to do it as resistance. We haven't quite got it as support, which we had earlier. Go down another one. We're back on support now, or near enough to support. It's right through the gap. Let's do it again. And we've pretty much got a support line there. We'll just do it again. Oops, I moved the wrong one. what do we got down here? Okay, we've got that pivot point down there, which is not too bad. Anyhow, that's the second method of using AR lines, or action-reaction lines. The theory is that the first theory is that if you get a swing, like from here to here, and you figure out what the, I can use that, figure out what the maximum variation on the left hand side is, and then move that to the right hand side and clone the line, and clone the line. That pretty much gives you a channel of what's going on. When it breaks out of the channel, you've got a new trend. So I'll try it a different way. We'll grab a blue, we'll do that, we'll say that's the, oops, probably need a bit more than that. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's have a look. And that's our trend, our downtrend there. Where we break this, we're out of it. So we'll do it again. And we'll say it's that line there. There's our variation. No, this is our variation. Put it on the south side. Clone it. Oops. Clone it. And that was our channel up there. Here it's broken. There's our new trend. So get rid of the lines. Down. That's our variation. So do that. Put it on the other side. There's our boundary. Geez, that one worked nicely, didn't it? I'll just extend that one down. There's where it breaks out there. So that's not really all that flash, is it? But we'll say that's where it broke out. We'll try that as a variation, because that's the last decent swing that we've got. Grab that. Grab that. And there's the remainder of our swing. We broke out there. I can use this one, or I can use that one. We'll use the other one. Remove the lines. Switch to green. Do that. That's our variation. Clone that one. Move it. Clone that one. And that picks it up. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I know about action-reaction lines.